Welcome back, SB Nation Radio, the Big East Sports Show. I'm Elissa Walker-Campbell, and tonight we are actually in Fort Worth, Texas at beautiful Mira Vista Golf and Country Club. That's because it's been a big week. My oldest son, Stephen Campbell Jr., made it official. He signed with the University of Oklahoma golf team, and Ryan Hybl, we wanted to have him on the program tonight and celebrate this big moment. And Stephen, how does it feel to officially be a Sooner? And oh, by the way, you just signed with the #1 team in the country.
Well, thank you, Mom, for having me on. It's always a pleasure. Finally get to be on your show after always nagging you constantly. But no, it feels great. It's actually it's a big honor and a big blessing to be signing with the #1 team in the country and getting to play my next 4 years of golf under Ryan Hybl, the head men's golf coach at Oklahoma. It's very, very, very humbling, and I can't wait to get down to work.
Why did you ultimately select Oklahoma?
Well, after a lot of prayer and consideration, I felt like that was the best place where the Lord wanted me to go to school. And the golf coaches, Ryan Hybl and Bill Alcorn, I mean, they really know what they're talking about. They are some great coaches. Ryan Hybl, he was the #1 junior in the nation back in the 90s. He was a 3-time Wyndham Cupper, so he really knows what he's talking about, and especially with the short game. And I just feel like he was the best fit for me. He matched my personality, my dynamic, and just some of the people I'm going to be surrounding myself with, teammates, everyone on the team I love. I've gotten to know them very, very well. So just a really big group of friends before I've even gotten there. And the school atmosphere. I mean, Oklahoma is a winning atmosphere, and I just want to be part of something special.
You know, you mentioned some of your teammates, and you've already had an opportunity to get a little bit acquainted. The 3A state champion, Jackson Dow from Oklahoma Christian, he came down to our neck of the woods, down to Houston, and played with you in the Greenwood Cup in the month of October. Share what that experience was like.
It was a lot of fun playing with Jackson. He's one of my really, really good friends, and it was a lot of fun getting to figure out each other's games at the Greenwood Cup, getting to kind of play with each other, really bonding, having a good bonding experience. And I know we didn't finish the way we wanted to, but it was a lot of fun. And if that was a little bit of a preview of the next 4 years, it's going to be a lot of fun. You
know, for someone that has never seen you play, Stephen, why don't you describe what's your game like?
I feel like my game, I'm a fairway finder. I know that for a fact. I'm very, very consistent when it comes to hitting fairways, and also on the golf course, I'm very unflappable. Nothing really rattles me. I'm very Brooks Koepka-esque. And also putting. Putting's been starting to become a strength of mine ever since last November. Everything's just trending in the right direction, especially with the flat stick. So that's one of the things that I've turned from a weakness to starting to become a strength.
And you're a lefty, just like Phil, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so tell us a little bit about, as far as, because actually you are right-handed, how did you become a lefty in the game of golf? It's a great story.
Yeah, so when I was at the range with my dad, he always wanted me to be right-handed. He tried and tried and tried, and I just wouldn't do it. And I would always watch my dad hit right-handed, and I'd see his shadow, and it'd always be mimicking him hitting lefty. So I just kind of matched that when I looked at him, and it just stuck.
You know, it has been a long and arduous journey to get to this point. So when did you realize that, you know, you could play collegiate golf, and especially at a Division I level? When did that shift take place?
Kind of the shift took place at the end of 2018 when I won the Billy Horschel AJGA championship. When I finally became an AJGA champion, that was a big goal of mine, and that finally paid off. And then making my first invitational start at the Rolex Tournament of Champions at West Palm Beach, Florida. And that was really when I was like, okay, I'm with the big boys now, and a lot of coaches came out and watched me and saw me play, and I was like, okay, this is getting kind of real now. Played not just college golf, but I can play Division I golf, and it was really a humbling experience, but it was kind of a stepping stone to what's happening now. You
know, that Billy Horschel tournament was incredible because you knew that you had to birdie those final 2 holes to close out that deal. You're someone that loves to embrace pressure. You are learning to get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Talk about that.
Yes, I knew after I missed that putt on 16, it was a little 9-footer, and it was a pretty basic putt. I was like, okay, I know I have to birdie out to give myself a chance. And hit a good drive on 17 and stuck the approach about 25 feet, kind of tailed off a little bit. Didn't hit it exactly how I wanted to, but it was on the green, so I gave myself a chance. And honestly, I was just locked in from there, and I just drilled in a 25-footer. And I was like, okay, good. I got one more chance. Let's just give it all I got. And so I struck a 3-wood down 18, stuck a wedge to about 15 feet, and it was going through my mind. I was like, I knew I had to make that putt, so I just gave it everything I got. And as soon as I hit it, I was like, oh crap, I thought this was going to be short, and it just kept rolling and trickling in. So I let out a big emphatic fist pump, and kind of a lot of relief kind of came out of that kind of scream.
You know, Stephen, we've got to give a shout out to the AJGA, just an incredible golf association, and how they help juniors take their game to that next level. How do you think this is going to prepare you to play golf at the University of Oklahoma?
The American Junior Golf Association, the AJGA, is a phenomenal junior golf program. They're the best in the country, if not the world, for developing juniors. I mean, you look at some of the names that have come out of there: Phil Mickelson, Justin Leonard. All the guys on tour pretty much have played AJGA tournaments, and at least all the guys who are successful on tour. And I really feel like it's preparing me, and it has prepared me to get ready to play college golf at the University of Oklahoma, especially in the invitationals. The invitationals are really big tournaments. You've got pretty much the top 70 juniors in the world battling it out, and you're playing on some pretty tough golf courses like Greyhawk Golf Club, where they're playing the NCAA championships. That's a true test to all facets of your game. We're playing at a couple weeks from now at the Rolex Tournament Champions. We're playing at PGA National, where they have the famous bear trap. And just a lot of these golf courses that are being played are they really do prepare you for the next level.
And you can never be too greedy on that bear trap, right, Stephen? You've learned well.
Yeah, I've learned well, and especially in front of Coach Hybl before I even signed with them. It wasn't pretty, but I'm ready to get back at it this year.
But I will say, on day 3 of the Rolex Champion Tournament, you were 1 under on that bear trap last year.
Yeah, it was the final day. I kind of rebounded from that catastrophe on the first go at it, and kind of bounced back.
Absolutely. Well, 2019 has just been an incredible year for you, and you kind of mentioned as far as the competition, but you also have had a chance to play at some amazing venues across the country. Indulge our audience a little bit. I mean, I'm thinking about the Wyndham Cup this past summer. You were part of that West squad that competed against the East at Old Town Club, an iconic, a historic golf club. What was that experience like? The
Wyndham Cup was one of a kind. I'm a bit of a hyper personality, a little bit more dynamic than most. So that was really that was something truly unique and special. I'm getting to scream on the golf course and see every single person on each and every green, each and every hole. That's what made Old Town Golf Club so unique and special. And it was really a lot of fun getting to bond with my teammates a lot closer. I really didn't know anyone going into that week. It was something truly special, and it was a week that I'll always remember.
You know, one of the things and my takeaways from being there with you is just watching you. It was a different dynamic. You had an opportunity to caddy for so many outstanding female athletes and women golfers. Talk about that experience.
That was really cool, because I've really never been around super elite female golfers, especially from the different gender. And that was really cool, getting to caddy for some of my friends like Sadie Engelman. She's going to Stanford next year. Ty Akabani, she's at UCLA right now, playing in a practice round with Amanda Sombach. She's committed to play golf at University of Virginia. Those are some of my 3 really good friends that I got to caddy for and play alongside in that tournament. And it was a little bit different of a dynamic, I will admit, but it was a good dynamic. So I really enjoyed that, and got to know pretty much everyone on the team.
Well, Christmas is going to come early. That's because the countdown is on to the President's Cup, and you are one of 12 young men that will be representing the United States and will be going to Melbourne, Australia in the month of December to compete. Share a little bit about as far as qualifying for this rare and wonderful experience.
It was very stressful. You know, I really, at the start of the year, that was kind of a little bit of a goal that I really didn't think was realistic, in my opinion. And then once I came in second at the Thunderbird Invitational, it really started getting real, like, okay, I can seriously qualify for this, because I moved up from like 16th or 18th in this President's Cup standings to number 4. So I really had to grind it out at the end of the year, and I know I didn't finish the way I wanted to at Junior Players, but I was grateful enough to lock up a spot for Junior President's Cup, and that's just going to be a humbling and honoring experience, getting to represent my country, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, down under in Australia at Royal Melbourne Golf Club, which is truly a remarkable place. Tiger Woods has said it's very Augusta-like. It's truly one of a kind, and I really cannot wait to get down there.
And how about Captain Justin Leonard? He is a 12-time PGA champ. He won the British Open in '97, and he knows a thing or two about match play, and he drained that big-time putt at Brookline.
Yes, he did. Justin Leonard is he's a tremendous competitor, tremendous athlete, especially in AJGA. He was really a dominant golfer during that time. and it was really, really cool getting to talk to him over the phone, getting some insight on the golf course, and really getting to know him. I know he's a Longhorn, but we're still gonna have a lot of fun in Australia.
Absolutely, and I know one of the things that you guys are looking forward to, all the juniors are, you guys will actually be inside the ropes at the President's Cup. It sounds like you want to meet Tiger Woods, right?
Yes, I would love to meet Tiger Woods. Getting to meet all 12 of the people in the United States team and a couple of people in the international team is going to be really, really a great experience, especially when we're all together inside the ropes and getting to watch the professionals play the golf course that we just played on a week earlier. It's going to be a really amazing experience.
You've mentioned many times, Tiger, you have a fascination with his game. If there's one aspect of his game that you could incorporate into yours, what would that be, Stephen?
Probably his grit and determination on the golf course. He is arguably one of the most clutch players to ever play the game, and I mean, I think every golfer needs his mental toughness to some degree, and he's arguably the most mentally tough player to ever play the game. So if I feel like if I've got that Tiger Woods mentality on the golf course, kind of that eye of the tiger, I think it'd be really, really scary.
You know, we're just weeks away from the President's Cup. Right now, Stephen, kind of share as far as what your schedule is, what's your focus right now as you prepare not only for the President's Cup, but for PGA National for playing in the Rolex Tournament of Champions, which is a huge honor.
Yes, so I mean, I feel like I'm just going to prepare the same way I always do. I'm just going to really tighten up stuff. Got 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Count down till those 2 tournaments, and I'm really just going to prepare the same way. Just practice a little bit harder, get everything all dialed in, and yeah, I'm not going to treat the Rolex Tournament Champions as anything different. I'm just going to still stick to my game plan and stick to my routine. I think that's when I produce the best results. But whenever it comes to Junior President's Cup, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to get a little bit more amped up and hyped up for that. So,
well, Stephen, we wanted to have you on the show tonight. We just wanted to congratulate you. It's just been an incredible ride, and I think there's nothing more satisfying than as a parent, on behalf of your dad and I, we're just so proud of you to see you, your dreams coming into fruition, and we love you. So.
Yes, love you too. Thank you for everything, and appreciate finally getting to be on the show.
How about a Boomer Sooner?
Boomer Sooner.
All right. Much more coming your way. SB Nation Radio, the Big E Sports Show. Check us out online, sbnationradio.com.